Super Dave here for another review. Prince Adam. Super Dave here with another exciting review as we are going to be looking today at Prince Adam. I told you I wasn't saving the best for last because I did the best first, or the one that I thought was the most anticipated for me, and that was Shadow Weaver. But my second favorite I'm saving for last in this wave that I purchased, and that is Prince Adam. I believe Super 7 finally got it right. They put it in that typical brown mailer box. And then we get that traditional Club Grayskull sleeve and packaging, and you open the drawbridge, and then there is your action figure. There he is, folks. What an amazing looking character. On the side, you have the windows, and then on the top, you have Castle Grayskull's eyes, and then on the back, you have that amazing Filmation style artwork of Prince Adam. They just needed to have had Cringer beside him. Standing on the drawbridge. And there is a look at your bio for Prince Adam, if you would like to pause and read that. So I want us to open this guy up and take a look at Prince Adam. And here is our Prince Adam, and there is a lot to cover about this particular fella. I'm telling you, he is awesome. Super 7 finally got him right. This is a main character in the Motu universe, and he was treated as a second class figure in the Classics version, as he was packed, I guess, as a secret surprise maybe underneath Orko. But I believe this guy, even though that was neat and subtle, maybe, I don't know what the intent was really, I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, I believe this guy deserves a center stage on his own. And that's what he got here in this Super 7 treatment. Now, of course, we know that we got the laughing Prince Adam when Super 7 did a, exclusive at one of the conferences or the conventions or the cons. But then he was also made available to purchase online. But this one we'll be comparing a little bit more later, and there's a lot of differences here, but I'm telling you, I really like this figure right here. I like the laughing Prince Adam fine, but I think they got him right on this one. They finally got him right. Now, it would have been nice if they had packed the laughing head in with this Prince Adam, so it had a laughing head with the yellow hair and the pale skin. But hey, I'll take what we can get, because we do get another head, and we'll be looking at it right now in the accessories. So let's take a look at Prince Adam's accessories. So first thing that he comes with is a shield. He comes with this nice flat shield. It looks a lot like the one that came with the Ultimate Filmation He-man, without the burgundy in the background there. So really nice. This is reminiscent of the shield that he used when he was fighting and training with Man-at-Arms. And so there's a picture of that. All right, so let's take a look at another accessory. Let's go ahead and look at his sword. He comes with a power sword, but I'm going to go ahead and show you two at once here. He also comes with a hand that has a hinge going the opposite direction, the vertical direction, so that he can hold his sword aloft. So that's right, you can pop out this hand here and pop this one in, and he'll be able to hold that sword aloft. And we'll take a look at that when we go to the review booth over there at Castle Grayskull here in just a moment. But that is a nice touch. There's two accessories right there in one. And yes, the sword is removable for the hand. I just left it in there. And then also, Prince Adam comes with another head. This is almost like a smiling head, kind of like the Prince Adam that the Classics gave us that had the burgundy tunic. But this one is a little bit more reminiscent of the He-Man Filmation style face, like is on this one and like is on our He-Man. And this is basically the head sculpt that came with Holiday He-Man. There's a picture of Holiday He-Man. You see the similarities in the face and the teeth there. But we'll take a look at that on him later. I like that second head sculpt. And then last but certainly not least, the one that's everyone's favorite that this guy comes with is his I have the power lightning effect. And this is perfect because lightning first strikes the sword and the power comes on the sword when Adam's holding it, and then it basically consumes him and turns him into He-Man. And so this is just awesome. This is just so cool. And we're going to also compare swords here in a little bit over at the review booth, but this is just nice. And yes, it glows in the dark. There it is. It glows in the dark, and you can see perfectly well there that it is very bright. That's just having charged it and then turned off the lights. That's it. Camera picks it up great. So just an excellent accessory that we get with this Prince Adam in this sword effect that glows in the dark. That's a bonus. That right there, some have even said was worth the price of this figure. But I will go a step further and say this figure was worth the price of this figure. And this was just a huge bonus. Let's go over to review booth and just check it out. Get a closer look at our Prince Adam. And here is our Prince Adam figure right outside of Castle Grayskull with Cringer, Orko, Man-at-Arms, and Zoar peeking out of the castle there. So we've got everyone that knows about his secret. So let's take a look at our Prince Adam, starting with his articulation. First of all, he is able to look up quite a bit. That's good for this single ball joint. He's able to look down quite a bit, which is good for this single ball joint. He has good tight joints in the shoulders. This tunic is very soft, so it does not get in the way at any way. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, hinged at the wrist and swivel. He's also got the same on this side, and we'll take a look at this hand in just a few moments. But this does have ab crunch, and you look right here, this tunic is reinforced right here. You see that pink there, and the belt and this part, this is all reinforced. So you're not going to break it because he will crunch perfectly fine in that tunic. You don't have to worry about that at all. It's not limited at all. This actually will flex and stretch with your action figure, which is really nice. And he does have waist swivel, those ball jointed hips and pelvis area, swivel at the thigh, single jointed knee, boot cut. He has very good ankle bend and pivot. He can go up and back. He can go back that far, go forward that far. He can get full seats. So you have your classic Masters of the Universe Classics articulation plus the addition of the hinged wrists like some of the Club Grayskulls have begun to do. So this is excellent. All right, so now let's take a look at him with his accessories and do some comparisons. First of all, let's take the hand. This hand pops right on out, and you can pop in the hand that came with him as an extra hand accessory. And this allows him to hold up his sword, check that out, and do an actual pose, actually holding his sword aloft. So you can see how good that looks there. So he's able to do that. That's no problem. And since we're able to check out that head popping off, let's go ahead and look at that next. You can pop off that head, and you have this neat looking smiling head here. Pop right on there, and he's got ears as well. It's very tight, and so now he has his kind of a smiling head showing some teeth there. Let's get a closer look at it. Let's do some comparison to this head, to this face. Now I will notice something very quickly right now that I just want to mention to everyone that I have noticed. We already mentioned that this head right here is borrowed from the Holiday He-Man, with the exception of the fact they painted this hair a brighter yellow. But as far as this face sculpt, I was taking a look at it because you know those of you who watch my videos, that I'm a big fan of Super 7's He-Man face from the Ultimate He-Man. And that it is very different, in my opinion, when I look at it, to Mattel's Filmation He-Man. The faces look very different. I don't know if it's because this one's painted and this one wasn't, thus the shine. I'm not sure. But I can tell a difference, especially in the lips, and the eyes look a little bit more squinty. Well, I was looking at this new Filmation Prince Adam, and I'm thinking that this almost looks more, as far as in the lips department, more like the Mattel He-Man Filmation sculpt, with the exception of the eyes are a little bit more squinty on the He-Man. But I'm not sure. You can definitely tell that Adam's skin is fairer and his hair is more yellow, which goes along with, if you don't know, that does go along, that's accurate with the Filmation cartoon, and there's an example there, a picture for you to tell that. But to me, it just looks like maybe the lips, it almost looks like the lips are a little further out, and maybe it's because of the paint. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's just something I noticed, and you can kind of decide as far as yours. All right, but getting back to Filmation Prince Adam, let's look at a comparison between him and Laughing Prince Adam. There is a difference in the tunic and the chest muscularity. Now, I have a different take on that than I have seen other people and heard other people express. This is, of course, from that meme, that song that has, you know, Prince Adam singing and laughing. But if you'll notice in that, and there's a picture of it over there.
So I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I feel it, a little peculiar. And I say, hey.
You know, when a person laughs, something different takes place in their chest. So you've got more space from his collar to his skin. You have different chest muscles going on because he's laughing. You've almost got more of a thicker neck because he's laughing. Now, of course, we've got this Oompa Loompa type orange skin, like he's got an orange spray tan kind of thing going on here. Wish they had stuck with a pale face for our you know, Prince Adam, Laughing Prince Adam, but you know, that it is what it is. But here you have a different belt. This, as has been noticed by others, is the tunic just repainted that came with that also Comic-Con exclusive mini comics version where he had a blue tunic and he had the actual space here to put his sword. That's from the mini comics. Now, it's more Filmation accurate for our Prince Adam to not have that, because when he reached back and would take the sword, you would always hear that sound, and here it is.
By the power of Grayskull.
But when he would reach back and take that sword, there was never any sign of it. There was never any sign that it was back there. And so that is the reason why he does not have one on this back, and this one is a little bit more cartoon, Filmation cartoon accurate. But you see the collar is spread out more. This one, so he's not laughing, and he is. So there's going to be a little bit of a difference in the muscles and the chest and the neck and in the expression and the facial expression, all that. So, you know, that's pretty cool. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. You tell me what you think, but that's kind of the way I'm interpreting that difference. So let's go ahead and pop this head back on here, and that one goes on a lot easier. And I want to get this one back in place. And again, this sword here has the ability to hinge down and hinge up, so it's a vertical bend instead of like this, you know, backwards and forwards, like the one that comes standard, that joint. So that's really nice that they came with that, kind of like they did with Mattel's Filmation He-Man. Then of course you see there that He-Man and Prince Adam come with a shield. This one without the red, this one with the red, the burgundy-ish look back there. And I think I'm going to try to find a picture. There it is, where you see Prince Adam and man-at-arms fighting and training, and you see that this shield actually was in the Filmation cartoon. So this was inspired by that, except they just added the burgundy with the large scale shield, which I like it. All right, and here is a look at our Classics Prince Adam that was packed with Orco, and then our standalone Filmation Prince Adam that Super 7 did. Now, let's look at something, because I haven't seen anybody mention this, but it looks like to me, and you can tell there too, that the Classics one may be just a hair shorter. And I was measuring that, and I was looking dead on at it, and yes, the Classics original here, Prince Adam, that Mattel did was 6 3/4, and our Prince Adam Ultimate Filmation is 6 7/8, just under 7 inches. So our Prince Adam that Super 7 did Filmation is just a hair taller. So that's interesting. I think it's because his head sits higher up on his neck, just a hair, compared to this one sits lower on this head sculpt. So I believe that's the reason for that. Of course, we know that the Prince Adam came with a pink sword, which I thought it was interesting. Mattel's Mega Constructs Prince Adam also came with a pink sword, and there's a little comparison there. You got the little Prince Adam there, and he's got his burgundy tunic. So he takes after both of these. The bottom half he kind of takes after the Filmation version, and the upper half he kind of takes after the Classics interpretation. Even has the gauntlets. So I thought that was kind of interesting to notice. And then last but certainly not least, you have this awesome sword with the lightning effect, and this is removable. And so I want to take this opportunity to show you something about the two swords. You have the Filmation Accurate Power Sword here that is right here that goes in the sheath, and then you have this longer, narrower sword. And if you'll notice, I think in a way, now this sword here is more accurate in some pictures that you will see in the Filmation cartoon, but I'm going to show you a few over here on the side. Do you see that sometime that sword in the Filmation cartoon looks thinner like this one? So this one actually might be a little bit more accurate in some of the pictures, maybe in the fighting scenes or when he drops it, instead of the fatter blade. So I'm digging the fact that they gave us a sword, even though I know it was meant to fit with this, and it goes right back on there. And if you'll notice on here, it has little notches and little places that the little notches and places pop right back on to the sword, and you just have to work on getting all of the pieces right back into the notches. It's kind of difficult to get all of them right back. You have to kind of work on it once you take it off, but it's not impossible. You just work on it and get everything that snaps right back in, and you'll know when you have it snapped in right, because it fits really well. So when you hold that power sword up there and you've got it held aloft and the lightning strikes him so that he will actually feel the power flowing through him. So you see when you turn the lights off and you get that charged up, it glows really beautifully, and you can tell it looks excellent. Hey, I wanted to share something with you right quick. What you're about to watch is a labor of love, something I've dreamed of doing for a long time, and that is I have created with a stop motion from beginning to end the Filmation He-Man and the Masters of the Universe opening sequence. Now, everything is original as far as the stop motion and the voices, except for, of course, the music, the little credits of producer, and all that, with the cursive signatures screens, and where it says He-Man, that all is a part of the song. But where it says, and the Masters of the Universe, and Prince Adam's voice and He-Man's voice, even most of the sound effects are my voice, with the exception of Man-at-Arms laser blast and Orko's, magic little charm that he throws at the screen, where it says, and only 3 know this secret, our friend's the sorceress. Man-at-Arms, and he choo-choo, choo-choo, you know, those are sound effects. And Orko, when he does the thing, those I had to use sound effects for. And of course, Cringer's roar or Battle Cat's roar, I did use a sound effect for that. I tried to do that, just couldn't get it close enough. But everything else was my voice except for those sound effects and the music, and original with the stop motion. Now, I've seen better out there, but this was my attempt, and I enjoyed it. And what really inspired it was this new, Filmation accurate Prince Adam. I had a lot of fun trying to, that shadow of him coming out at the very beginning. The only way I could do that is putting a bulb behind him. That's for the circle, and then you'll see the black edges. I couldn't get the black edges out without making him disappear, but I was able to get the white light to disappear. But that's what formed that shadow. And I'll put in a video right here. See, that's what it originally looked like before what you're about to see of him coming in like that and then him coming up. Watch the original one on YouTube and then watch mine and just check it out and see. It's a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. It took me hours and several weeks working on it little by little, but I hope you enjoy it. The opening sequence of the Filmation cartoon opening of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell, comment, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this far into the video to watch this Easter egg, this prize hidden in this review, the opening sequence. Enjoy.
And the Masters of the Universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia, and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the powers of Grayskull, I have the power!" Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together, we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.